All right, y'all. So I'm about to listen to I'm about to listen to Vlad TV talk to Brick Baby, and we'll stop periodically from here and there to talk about stuff. So let's get into it. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
Original had a lot of problems. He actually talked about, I believe he had other suicide attempts before. And he had the whole flesh eating disease thing and so forth. So I guess he ended up shooting himself in the head. Didn't succeed, but he was put in critical condition. Yeah. And ultimately he was taken off life support.
Yeah, that's what they forget to tell people though. Shit, the bullets don't kill you right away every time.
Yeah, no, I was saying, I remember I did an interview and I'm like, for everyone who's considering taking their own life, like OG Maco might actually survive. And if he thought his flesh eating disease was bad, imagine going through life after shooting yourself in the head and surviving injuries. Like you're gonna be 100 times more messed up.
Yeah, he probably gonna try it again if he was physically able to.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know what people go through, man. 32 is young as hell. I'm 51. Right. I don't know if you had any kids or whatever, but like,
Hey man, people that deal with depression and they going through something in their life and they just feel like that's the only way out, man. Like I don't know if I've ever been depressed. I've been real down on myself before in the past. You feel me? Like to the point where I'm just like, I don't know what to do, or it just seems like no matter what I do, everything is just it's just bad news after bad news after bad news. And what I've learned over the years, man, I ain't trying to preach to y'all and nothing like that, but I'm just keeping it 100, man. You gotta call on God, man. You really do. Um, there's gonna be some times in your life where you're gonna have trying situations, but you gotta have faith, man, and that's the hardest thing to do, especially when everything going haywire, man. It's easy like to say things when you're not in that situation, but to still keep your head up and just be like, yo, I got this. God got me no matter what. I'm gonna be straight. We're gonna work through this. We're gonna make it happen. I just gotta keep putting my best foot forward and something gonna shake. Man, that's not easy, bro. Having faith is not easy. It's not. It really isn't. You know, it takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of love. It takes a lot of understanding to just know, like, hey, look, no matter what I'm going through, it ain't that bad. I'm here for a reason. To take yourself out, you know, I I don't understand it. Um, it's hard for me to be like, oh, I respect it because I don't. It's an unfortunate situation. Um, but it's just a total disregard, not only for yourself, but your loved ones, the ones that surround you, all that. You never know what state of mind somebody's in, man. It's just a bad situation. I don't see anything positive coming from taking yourself out, but I know that people have their mixed emotions and stuff on that, so I won't harp on it too much. But let's keep going.
Maco, so after he did that,
did you know him at all?
yeah, my bro Keno came down here. He was like one of his producers slash like brothers. He was down here before the news had broke, and everybody was when the news had broke, and everybody was posting that he was dead at first, and then I'm like fake news. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like he hit me like, bro, you the only one we got in the media. Like, just let them know that that's a fake statement. He fighting for his life. We out here right now trying to figure it out or whatever the case is. But I remember a lot of this like suicide stuff, or well, just you can bleep it if I ain't supposed to use it. But a lot of this talk kind of started when they tried to throw the HIV allegations on him. You remember that?
Nah.
See, years ago, he was on the phone with a girl, and he was talking about his health condition, but he was talking about it in code. And it probably was the flesh eating disease. And he like, man, I got this shit. I'm sick. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And everybody was saying that he was running around, passing around HIV or that thereof, AIDS. You know what I mean? Something of the sort.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Could you imagine, bro? Can you imagine like you're you're in the media. A lot of people know you. And false narratives and things like that can have people have a perception about you that may or may not be true. And a lot of times, especially in the media, they don't fact check a lot of stuff. That's why you just hear him say, he like, look, man, he wouldn't even want to believe that he was people were saying he was dead before he was actually dead. It just, everybody has access to be a news source. That's why I like I'm the comments. I'm not a news source. But some people will spread fake news or false information, and it's up to you to really do your research out here, man. I didn't know he went through that situation at all. That's got to be a tough situation because it's hard, man, to get once people have a public perception. They say you can be innocent until proven guilty, but a lot of times you be proven guilty just in the public eye will just destroy your character before you even get due process. Before anything happens in court or anything's proven, people annihilate you off of public opinion and public perception, which that definitely can be tough. Definitely can be tough. I wouldn't definitely take that for nobody. That's definitely got to be a tough thing to go through.
Yeah, man, it's a sad situation.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I was like. I know he's been battling with like a whole lot of mental health, but he like a baby goat too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he would have kept that self esteem up from when the bitch you guessed it, like he had opened up a whole new door to a whole new sound back then.
Yeah, Bitch You Guessed It I thought was dope. And then he even talked about how Beyonce had this music video that pretty much mimicked his music video.
Yeah.
From Bitch You Guessed It.
Bitch You Guessed It.
I forgot which one it was, but that 7-Eleven song or something like that Beyonce did. But it was like a similar style.
Yeah. She was in the hotel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah, I mean, sad, man. I hate, I talk about the people who died on my platform. I think I'm up to 20 now. And now I have a suicide.
That's the first one?
That's the first one. I don't know anyone else that took their life that I've interviewed outside of Maco. Yeah, that's the only one.
That's crazy.
Nope.
Yo, I do want to say rest in peace to OG Maco. I like that song, the Bitch You Guessed It. That song was dope when it came out. Yeah, that's sad, man. Condolences to his family and his friends. Cause you got a lot of people that just want the pain to stop and they want to go away. You feel me? But that's tough, man. That's tough. Like, that's tough. If you are always in pain and you have a flesh eating disorder and you're slowly deteriorating, do you just would that be understandable if you just say, you know what, to heck with it, I can't take it no more and take myself out? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. I will agree that that's a tough one.
I'm wrong. Little loaded.
Little loaded.
Yeah.
Texas?
Where the hell is he from? Where was loaded? No, San Bernardino. He's from LA.
Yeah?
Well, not LA, San Bernardino.
Yeah. Dang, who did he rap with?
By himself. He got signed. He had a really interesting story. He was only 20 years old. He was a kid. Yeah. And in fact, we did the interview, and they asked us not to put it out when the pandemic hit. And I'm like, listen, I need content for my staff to work on. So if y'all hate my guts for this, whatever. I got to get back to work here. He got on almost like as a fluke because there was like this Polish YouTuber that would like review music videos with like 0 views. And it just so happened that his video, he just put it up and it had 0 views and he reviewed it and the song was kind of lit and he was like kind of going crazy and it just started attracting a bunch of attention and the video started to go viral and then he got signed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think he really knew how to deal with the
industry
and all
like
that
that.
shit.
Yeah.
I think it was like over a girl. I think his girl left him or something. And man, listen, no girl in the world. Listen, everyone. And I know y'all see the whole Travis situation and with his girlfriend. I'm talking about Travis Hunter.
I know he was talking about it. So
and people think he's simping and whatever else. If you are in your teens or your 20s, this is not going to be the last relationship in your life. Yeah. I don't care how in love you think you are. I don't care how much you think that this is your soulmate, how great the sex is, and how nobody else could please you in the same ways as this woman.
Just know that you're just starting off.
You're just starting off.
It might be some super pussy
that you
I like that.
If I think of what I do these days versus in my 20s, oh my God. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Man, I'm letting y'all know.
You gotta.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, let me tell you something, man. Vlad trying to tell y'all he busting down these hoes, bro. He busting down. That's what he trying to say, man. That's what he trying to say right now, bro. We get it, Vlad. We know you making your money. You slaying these hoes, nigga. Hey, listen. Yeah, and I remember Lil Loaded. I remember that. Rest in peace to him too, man. That's another situation, man, that's very unfortunate, man, especially if it's over a female, dog. We'd all been through breakups. We'd all been through heartbreaks. There should never be a situation where a woman is the reason why you take yourself up out of this world, bro. A man shouldn't get you like that. A woman shouldn't get you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have somebody that have you so wrapped around them that you put your own, well-being in jeopardy because of them. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all, man. It's sad that people go through that. You see people crash out, hurt themselves, hurt the person that they're with. Even the children get hurt sometimes. They get involved and get hurt because, somebody can't take it no more. If I can't have you, nobody else can. Or, you know what I mean? That just, nah, man. That's definitely not the route to go at all. Definitely not the route to go. Oh, man, but keep going.
This is the thing. I feel like it's the drugs with the young kids. Okay, it's the female, then you got Xanax, and you got the opioids, right? Or whatever drug you're going to
Isn't Xanax an opioid?
No, I said Xanax and the opioid. Yeah, it's a benzo. But it's in the same slump category. Yeah. With the Xanax, you're waking up and the side effects are suicide, like suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. Like, that is the thing. You're taking an antidepressant. So that means that when it's not getting rid of your depression or any of your problems, it's just stabilizing your mood during these problems, right? So when this drug and this stabilizer wears off, you're back trying to figure out where you're at in life. So if you're not taking it for depression and you're like subconsciously taking it and you waking up mad and arguing with your girlfriend and ready to kill the whole world, it's because you're going through a withdrawal. From the opiates, all that. These kids are so young that they don't know what withdrawals are. They're not looking up the side effects to the drugs. Because I lost my first girlfriend off of Xanax.
Oh, she died?
No. Oh. I was doing all type of crazy shit.
Oh, so she broke up.
She slid.
Okay.
And I didn't understand it until I slowed down and understood the drugs that I was doing and the side effects. And that every time I take a Xanax, I wake up cussing out the whole world and mad at everybody. And she wasn't the reason that I was going through this. You get what I'm saying? And her mom got in her ear and told her some good shit. Her mom didn't know I was on Xanax, but whatever she told her to get the fuck away from me was her best shit that she ever been preaching. You get what I'm saying? Hey,
that's real, man. That's real. Understanding that, look, accountability is the number one step, man, to getting better. That's number one. You feel me? Accountability goes a long way, man. And a lot of times people can't have accountability. They don't know how to reflect on things. They don't know how to accept, their fault or their wrongdoing in the situation, or they blame everybody else or whatnot. So, mad respect to him for that, bro. But yeah, these kids that's on these drugs, and I blame a lot of the music, but no, more importantly, just the upbringing, the parents, all that, man, that play a big role. But all these kids being on drugs is insane, and the fact that this is like a common thing is crazy. It's crazy. Everybody talking about popping stuff. Everybody talking about being on drugs, under the influence, and all that, and you lit and popping Molly on sweat and all this stuff. It's like, yo, bro, that stuff is trash, man. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. But this is what they promote. This is what is promoted a lot of times. And unfortunately, our children are suffering because of it. They are suffering. And they're going to continue to suffer until we see a change in the parenting, the leadership. And I think, man, because at the end of the day, people can entertain and talk about whatever they want as far as musically, but we just need some better structure, man. We got a lot of children raising children, single parent households, parents not be able to be there watching their kids 24/7, rebellion, kids wanting to be kids, but shit, I mean, at the end of the day, man, there's got to be a way we can get it to the point where these things aren't promoted and accessible to children and to teens, because it is bad, man. I mean, just look at what they got looking up to, unfortunately, especially with the rappers, your NBA young boys, your Kodak Blacks, fiends, man. They on drugs. They just look messed up, man. They just look messed up. Getting in trouble for trying to get pills illegally and passing out on stage. You know what I mean? It's messed up, man. I mean, it's one thing we used to have the guys who was talking about always selling it. Now we got dudes who are not just talking about doing it, but just are actively just doing it. And always trying to find that next high. Sad, bro. Straight up, real sad.
At that point, that version of me was terrible. And you got to think, I'm fighting demons. I'm in the field at this time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We don't got to talk too much, but it's like, nigga, I just did some shit that I can't talk about, and it's fucking with me.
So that's
In his hands, nigga, I popping them and I ain't paying attention, but when I wake back up, it's like, nigga, I could go to the pen any day for the rest of my life right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, a lot to deal with. I remember, one of my close friends who, grew up as a Crip. He said that one day he realized that all of his friends that got killed were all high when they died. So at that point, he said, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, nothing else. And the whole time I've known him, he's been sober. Yeah. And he manages like major artists, he does well for himself, but it's an interesting point. It's like, if you look at all your friends who died, were any of them sober when they died?
You know what's crazy, man? I've never smoked, I never drank the day in my life. And everybody look at me like I'm crazy. You never? No. Never just try another sip? Hell no. And it's funny because everybody who wants to turn a new leaf, turn their life around, they doing the same thing I've been doing since day one. Not doing it. You see, you got some people who have to learn by watching other individuals, and then you got some people who learn by having to go through stuff. I'm a type of person, man. I've always been an individual. I can watch and see somebody crash out and be like, nah, I'm good. Health implications, that's bad? Yeah, I'm cool. We all have our own faults and stuff, but my gosh, man, like, nah. Just putting poison in your body willingly is crazy to me. you know, willfully doing it. It's crazy to me. But when you're addicted to something, you can't help yourself. I guess that's one of the side effects of it, man. You just it's not right for you, but you like the feeling that it gives you, right? You just gotta have it. And I get it. But that's why I feel like, man, just don't start, man. Like, I think the best way to beat a lot of this stuff is just not to start in the first place. Just don't start in the first place. And that's easier than, trying to quit something or whatnot and trying to, you know what I mean? Like, if you never got started in the first place, I think you have even better chance because that stuff is not easy. It's definitely not easy. And it's a lot of people that suffer with those things today. So, if you can help it, bro, you somebody that's watching this who thinking about, doing some drugs or doing alcohol or whatever, man, it's just best not to start. I think that's your best course of action, in my opinion.
It's different in my section, right? I want to tell you, like, yeah, some of it was, and a lot of it was that they all was hard, but a lot of my homeboys died at the hands of my homeboys. I'm from a whole different. You've been in LA a lot. Like that Nipsey shit just was like the front line of that shit. Like I'd have lost most of my niggas. They be like, oh, you didn't slide for this nigga. Like you right, cause nigga, my boy killed you. You know what I mean? Like what I know, and I don't have to say no names for situations, but everybody in my section know that damn near like 10 out of 10 gonna be our way.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, bro. Can you imagine? Like, think about this, man. You got a friend who gets smoked, who get unalive, get killed, whatever. And people like, damn, man, you need to go do something about that. You need to go handle that. You and your homeboy was tight. Y'all was cool. That's your man's, right? And you like, yeah, but my man's who just got murdered, he got murdered by my other man's. So it's the same people on the same team killing each other, man. How do you know what, man? Like, seriously, some of the trauma and some of the things some of these guys go through in this life is insane to me, man. It's and I know a lot of them can't help it because they're born into it. That's what makes it even sadder. When your grandfather is known in the whole neighborhood for gang banging, your father is known in the hood for gang banging, your mother is known in the hood for gang banging, your relatives are known in the hood for gang banging. It's just pretty much inevitable. You know what I mean? You got to be the gold standard to be like, nah, I'm cool. I ain't a part of this. What you mean you ain't a part of this show? This your heritage. This is, you know what I mean? This is, I, I get it, man. And see, like, it's easy to, what I'm realizing even more, it's easy to judge these things when, you didn't have to be born in this situation. It's like, but to know the things these guys go through, man, that's tough, man. That is tough. Very, very tough. I feel for him, man. Seriously, y'all, brothers and sisters that just go through that or have to go through that, I feel for you. And I really hope you can get out of that situation and move, man, because it's not worth it, bro. That's just no way to live. No way to live, man. Straight up.
That shit, so you know what I mean? I don't really know too much about the other side coming to do nothing. Like it's just all internal type shit. You fucked up. Like I really had to outgrow a whole lot of shit. So I like the drugs for me back then was to cope with what was going on. Now I take drugs and I'm not even in the field or nothing no more. I just be out. Like I'm starting to like slow down. I'm just taking all the drugs and all that shit. And like I did eliminate, this is for the fan, I did eliminate all my pain medication at one point for like probably 2 to 3 weeks. And I was hurt too bad. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm taking moderate doses.
Okay, what do you take for pain?
Hurt. But I'm also prescribed Perks.
You're prescribed.
Yeah. But I'm prescribed, well, let me not tell you. I'm prescribed 15. I might be taking more of them
As opposed to over the shooting.
Yeah. So I got two, like, major injuries. So I got shot in my tailbone when I was 18, 19. I got shot in my tailbone and it came out my bladder right here. And I had to get surgery on my bladder. But my tailbone, that's what I was. If you look up the nerves that's connected to your tailbone and all this stuff right there, it's like the lower neck for your lower body.
Oh wow.
It's a whole lot of like your sciatic nerve and all that. It all connects here at the tailbone. Then I got hit, so I got nerve damage down my right leg. Then I got hit in my left shoulder, and it came out the right side of my neck. So if you look it up, C2 through C6, all right, all this shit over here is what's affected. Like my hand barely moves. Like I can do that. This a 15-year-old problem. But I can make a fist so don't nobody really know unless I tell you. You know what I mean? So yeah. So those problems are the reason why I doubled back to the drugs. But drinking liquor, I stopped that 2012, 2013 because of the same shit you talking about. Car crashes, being off deck when somebody come by and they come, like it always happens at the club. Like I just lost one of my best friends last December due to him being drunk at the club, not noticing the nigga juggling a knife on him. You know what I mean? And he just go for it. And I'm like,
yeah, man, a lot of loss. Sorry.
Hey yo, man. From what these dudes be saying, man, they are just going to war, man. They are in a war with this stuff, man. All the death, all the murders, all the injuries, and it's easy, like to fall into that, especially if you do need the pain medication and stuff like that. That's man, listen. If hearing stories like that don't deter you from wanting to be a part of certain things, man, I don't know what else will. Because a lot of you guys out here do have choices, but y'all be wanting to be cool and be with the homies. Hey, look, man, that stuff is not worth it, dog. It's just not worth it, man. I feel for them dudes, man. These guys' stories are crazy, and I know these guys that hurt a lot of people. They've been hurt, and at the end of the day, it's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle of pain, anger, frustration, and nobody ever wins. That's the thing. Nobody ever wins in these situations, man. But it's been a long video as it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm about to upload this and see if I get a copyright strike. If I don't, I'll do more like this. If I do, then I'll stick back to the other way that I've been doing it. Peace.